I am cleaning. I've been cleaning all day. Whew. I mopped the floors. Now I got some dishes and stuff that need washed. There's a few in here. It's almost going on 3 o'clock now, y'all, though. But, I feel like I've been doing a lot already today. What y'all doing already? What y'all got going on today? Um, Man, I just wanted to come on here and talk to y'all a little bit. I'm like, you know what? I feel like I be doing so much, y'all. I got so many things that I want to do, but I be feeling like I do not have enough time to do it because I'm always being consumed in doing stuff like, whether it's cooking, going to work, cleaning up the house, doing stuff with the kids, doing stuff with Babe, whatever it is. But I just feel like I don't really never have time to really tap into the things that I like to do, like for myself or want to do. I be having different ideas I want to do for videos. It just always little different things. And I be like, I give everybody else all my time and energy. And then when it's time for me to do things for myself, I don't want to do it. I be just, when them times when I be having my time down by myself, I take it to just relax and reflect on shit. And you know what I mean? Kick back and just breathe. I'm like, but I be feeling like I'm so busy all the time. I'm constantly always doing stuff. Whether it's for the household, for other people, working, whatever. Then I'll be fully able to tap in and get done the things that I want to do for myself. Like, you know how many things, you know how you just start different things, you have so many ideas on your brain that you want to do, but then the thought of doing it, and I'll think to myself, like, okay, that's going to take up so much time. Do you really have time to do that? Because you know you need to cook dinner. You know you need to clean up the house. You know you should be folding clothes. You know you should be, you know what I mean? And that's not a way to live. I don't think that's not a way to get a full quality life. You know what I mean? Because you never end up tapping in and being able to do the things that you really want to do or dream of doing. Shit, you might dream of something and it'd be a great thing, but you can't never do it or never even put it into play because you let everything else consume all your time and your energy. And I'm trying to get out of that. Like, I feel like I got so much potential in different ways with different things. But I never tap fully into it. You know? Because like I said, it's always something I need done. Like, I got some ideas that I want to do right now, today. But in my brain, I'm sitting here thinking, like, okay, but you need to cook dinner because the family ain't going to have dinner. But if I do that, that's going to take 2-3 hours out of whatever it is that I might have wanted to do, right? So then, like I said, my ideals get pushed back to the back burner. You know? That's what I'm talking about. Like, and I need to start getting, like, and being selfish with my time and my energy because that's the only way that you'll get ahead and get things done that you want to do. You got to be selfish. And just like how everybody else move and be like, oh, well, I guess it'll figure it out. Or I'm going to just sit back and wait for everybody else, So that's what I need to start doing because I feel like I cannot tap into my full potential because I'm always doing for other people. For real. Like, always doing something. Like, like cooking or dishes or I got to go to work or I'm doing, I don't know, something for somebody. But all that is not fully my full things and what I want to do. You know what I mean? There's greatness and there'll be things there that you know that you can tap into, but then you don't do it because you consume with other things. Like, but I always felt like because I had my kids so young, and I used to always be like, all right, they taking up, I got this, I had these kids young, I'm the one who did this, so yeah, you don't have time to be doing all this other crazy shit that you got in your brain to do because you got all these kids and you had them super young, so that's your problem, But I feel like, all right, but when they get a little bit older, you should be able to do things that you want to do. Like I always said, I wanted to start sewing and making clothes and doing things like that. But I never tapped into it because I always got consumed on different things that I had to do for the household or my kids or whatever, Now, I feel like I'm always either like, I'm at work, I'm either working or doing overtime or something like that to make more money, or I'm cooking or I'm cleaning or I'm doing something for the household, you know what I mean? That also, I'm not tapping into whatever it is I might have had an idea of doing. You feel me? I know y'all understand what it is I'm talking about. So I got to figure out ways of adjusting that so I can really tap into my full potential, y'all. Like I got a lot of different video ideas, things I want to show y'all, things I want to learn how to do, ways of bettering myself as a feminine woman. You know what I mean? Getting older, I'm getting older. Like I'm not that young anymore. I had to realize that too, because before it was always because, like I said, I had kids super young, so I always knew how to multitask and get things done. I'm doing 12 things at one time to make one thing work, right? So I always been like that my whole life. So I was like, I was sitting there thinking like I've always learned to move that way. So that's the way I still move now. Like I got mad kids and they all young, but they ain't like that no more. I don't have no little kids like that anymore. And I actually only have 2 kids at home now. So I'm like, shit, like do something, like, you know what I mean? Like slow down a little bit. You can't do all that stuff that you used to do back in the day when you was younger and the kid was younger, because I was young then. And you can't do all that, man. That's why you be burning yourself out. You gotta start slowing down and taking things easy and doing things in increments. Like, as far as doing all that cooking, going to work, and being at work all the way till 5 o'clock, then coming home, cooking 2-3 hours, doing that. Then, oh, what? Then you sitting, you chilling, you blazing, you drinking, you doing whatever, you doing stuff like that. Oh, then next thing you know, it's time. Did you ever get a chance to polish your fingernails? Did you ever get a chance to sit down and take a bath? Did you ever get a chance to do anything for yourself within that time? You didn't, right? Because you consumed with everything else, that you never tapped into things that you want to do. So weeks and weeks and months go past, you never did what you wanted to do. That can't be, because then you're going to end up passing away or getting disabled or something to where you can't even do the things that you wanted to do. And then what? Life's over. Nah, that ain't it. That's not the way that I visioned my life to be. I had a whole vision of how I wanted things to be once I got to a certain age, because like I said, I made that choice of having kids super young. So that's what I had to do at that point. But also I had to work and maintain my household. So I had all that tapped in and mingled it all together for all them years straight. Now the kids is all older. My youngest about to be 18. So there should be way more time and for things to get done, right? Way more time. I mean, I still got to work so I could maintain a roof over our head. I still got to be able to, work to be able to have a vehicle and eat and all that different stuff like that. But shit, you still got to be able to tap into the other things, because I know he wasn't put on this earth to just work and struggle and just do that type of stuff. Because basically, if you're working at somebody else's job, you're really living their dream. So I know that can't be life. Thing is, you got to start being selfish with your time and your energy. Tap into whatever it is and say, forget it all. And know that and trust God that everything will work out for itself. For real. I've been sitting there having some thoughts with myself, like, man, I'm not doing that. I refuse to stand and in my life, like my life ends basically, only living and doing the dream for everybody else and doing whatever it is that everybody else want or see for me to do. No, that ain't it. I'm not going to give a damn. I got to start doing the things that I know that I want to do. Like if I have a vision in my head to do a video on, or say I got a video idea to do something, making some type of arts and crafts type thing that I done thought up in my head, or whatever it is, I need to just go on ahead and tap in and do that. And say, oh well, when you get off work today, you're going to go home and you're going to get that thing done. You know what I mean? You're going to go ahead and you're going to build that house that you said you was going to build. Just do it. Forget everything else. Forget everybody else. And whatever that is, everything else, that shit will work out and it'll manage itself. Do whatever it is that your brain or whatever it is you feel like that you want to do it. If you want to go home and you want to lay down and not do nothing, but write in a book or scribble and watch and scroll on the freaking YouTube or whatever all day. Never know what that is. Maybe it's giving you ideals on doing that. You know what I mean? That's for tapping in and doing the things that you want to do so you can live a more wholesome life. Or at least feel like you did. You feel me? That's how I feel about it. Like, I don't know. I was just sitting there, I'm cleaning up and I'm doing all this. I'm like, yo, I am off work today. I was off work yesterday. I relaxed because I didn't feel like doing much of anything. So that's what I did. Relax. You know what I mean? But I did get up and I cooked dinner and all that stuff and whatever. Sat down, chilled, watched movies, And now it's all over again. It feel like it'd be the same cycle every day, all over again. Every day, it's the same thing. Go to work, come home, cook, clean up a little bit, sit down, watch movies, take a bath, get up, do it again. Nah, like it gotta be something different that go on in life. Yeah, you do other little things in between times, but like I know I have different thoughts and different ideals that can lead to greatness. You know what? Because if it was given to me and it just planted into my head from a dream that I had or a vision or just sitting there and just brainstorming and something comes up in your head, you never know what could happen with that. And you could see it being great. You can visualize it. You can dream about it and you see it. Man, sometimes that thing be some greatness. You got to put it out there, though. You got to have the time and the energy to put it out there. That's where you got to focus in on yourself and be doing whatever it is, man. And like I said, I will definitely talk myself out of doing something that I thought of doing because I'll be like, oh, well, you got so much other stuff. And it's always been like this, even before when I had my kids young. So I always wanted to go like to nursing school, right? But I had 4 kids, super young. I went to school. It wasn't that bad, but I knew I always had that. But like, okay, you got to work because you need money. You don't want to be sitting back getting welfare. That ain't enough. You need more. So be like, you got to go to work. So you got to be working full time for sure. You got these 4 kids at home. They little. You got to be able to tend to them. Ain't nobody helping you with them. You got to do that, right? So you got that to do. Do you really have time to go to nursing school? You do, and you can do it. Of course, you can put it in there and add it into your schedule. But should you do that? You might get overwhelmed. What happens if you get overwhelmed? Because the first 2 things need to be done and taken care of. But that other thing gonna fall off because if you feeling too overwhelmed, the other thing you added on ain't gonna make sense. You're gonna cut one of them off, right? So I never wanted to fuck up when it came to the schooling thing. So I'd be like, oh no, don't even do it. Wait a couple more years. Just, wait a few more years, and then you could be able to do it. Once they get a little bit older, then you can just do it. Then time just goes past you, time starts flying past, you look up, down. You ain't even do it. Meanwhile, you getting older now. It's like, shit, do you still want to do it? Why you want to go ahead and take out all that debt? Don't you remember the last time when you went you ain't finished? You had to pay off all that debt, even though you ain't even getting nothing out of it, right? Should you go back and do that shit to yourself again? Do you have time for that? What is that going on in your life right now? Are you still working full time? Yeah. Are you still cooking and cleaning and doing all that stuff for the family? Yeah. Do you got time to go back to school? Probably not. Because you probably do, but you might overwhelm yourself. See how easy it is to talk yourself out of shit and never do whatever it is that you need to do or want to do? It's that simple. It's that easy. That's why I always tell my kids, and I be like, I think they be thinking that I be saying certain stuff just to say it. When I be like, don't have kids when you young, super young and all that, because it's going to consume some of your brain. You got to take care of them kids. You the one who made them kids. So you got to do that. There ain't even no options with that one. So that's part of it. That's a lot, though. It's a lot of responsibility on you. Don't do that shit while you're young. Establish yourself. Go to school. Do whatever it is, man. And get yourself in a good position before you do that. It's not me telling you this just because, man. I'm telling you this so that you know or feel like in your own head that you got enough time to be able to do things that you wanted to do for yourself before you bring somebody else in this world and have to do that. Like, but thank God none of my kids have any teenage, none of them had kids as teenagers. Thank God for that one. But, shit, I know life happens and you get through it and you make that shit happen. But, damn, I'm just saying. Shit, take it from me. Take it from experience, man. I had all 4 mans by the time I was 24. 23, 24-ish. So, imagine that. I can't even imagine my 23-year-old with no damn 4 kids. And my oldest son with 4 kids, can you picture that shit? Heck no. His dad couldn't do that. He couldn't, man, them kids would be all messed up. He could barely even do himself. I'm like, so I don't even remember. But I know I had no choice. You know, God don't put too much on you. So each kid, I'm sure he prepared me and got me ready for the next one. You know, so I was strong and able to do it, and I got through it. But goddamn, you could be you be young and a baby raising babies. How good can that outcome really, really be? You don't know shit. You don't know nothing about life. You just now figuring and trying to learn life yourself, and you got 4 responsibilities ahead of you that you got to take care of and learn, teach them life. Wow, still trying to do your life and still trying to learn life and figuring this shit out. But you got all these responsibilities. But many people have done it and got through it, and not saying that it's all bad, but it ain't all great either. There's a lot with that shit. You go through a whole lot. It's overwhelming at times. You're young as hell, but you got all these. Just imagine. Could you imagine being a kid yourself? You damn near like a kid. Because you shit, 23, 20. My son Goofy. He's the Goofy. He can't even manage finances. He can't do anything at this point. At 23. I was 23 and had 4 babies. I had to do all that and then some. And I had to work. I was going to work, going to school full time, and had the kids. So, you know, that's a lot. That is a lot on a person. And I did it though. And they survived. And my kids is really, really well mannered. They have, you know, things that they could have been taught and learned had they had, you know, maybe a 2-parent system going on there. But you know, they all right. They're doing what they need to be doing for the most part. Besides my youngest, and she's the last one. She's on her junior year, so we making progress. We got here, and I'm still not that old, so I still got chance and opportunity to be able to do things. It's just the whole, you know, the question now is, do you have time left on this earth to be able to do the things and dreams that you want to do? Do you? Because you know what? I'm like, okay, so people have to work regardless in order to survive, in order to pay their bills, feed themselves, feed their families, or whatever. You got to work. And then, so they say at the end of it, like in my age group, I think we got to work, and we probably retire by the age of like 70. So for the next, 40 so years of working, you might as well make it worth it, right? So what, you go back to school and do that so that you can be working and making more money? Or do you start up your business this late in age and make it do it that way? Which way do you go at this age, at this point in life? And also, you got to think about it. You've been working already for 20 years. So 20 years or more, because I've been working in this field. I've been working in this field for like almost 15 years now. So, and my other jobs I had were just basically little, you know, restaurants, KFC, grocery stores, you know, little stuff like that or whatever when I was younger. So, I'm at the point now where I'm like, I even want to go back to school. Would I even want to go and do my nursing, get my nursing degree? Because that's going to take about 2 or 3 years, and then I'll start working. But then I still have to work another 20 years doing that. Do I really want to be somebody's slave doing that? I know that would be a very rewarding career for me, but do I really want to do that this late in age? Do I want to go back to school? I had a point in time where I paid off student loans. I had student loan debt. They seized my income tax while I was raising them kids. They took my whole income tax, and then they started seizing 10% of my paycheck. I did that for like 6 years straight. I didn't interfere. I didn't argue with them. I let them take 10% of whatever I made for 6 years straight while I was raising them little kids with no help. And so do I really want to put myself back in that? Because I paid it off, and once I paid it off, it felt very good. I paid off 20,000. I want 21,000 and something dollars. I paid back to the student loans. Got done with that. I started being able to get all my full paycheck back. Finally. But meanwhile, that's not. Don't think it's. I ain't never been sweet. I ain't never been one of the ones. I ain't never got food stamps or none of that shit. They ain't helped me like that. They always said I made too much money. So, in the middle of them taking my 10% out of my paychecks while I'm working, trying to work hard, I could have sat back. I could have sat back, had Section 8, got food stamps, got welfare money, and just did all that like other people was doing. But I chose to go to work so I could be having more, or give my kids more of an opportunity, or give them be able to buy more things, right? So, what the, it's always something crazy going on out there. They just threw me off. I thought somebody was fighting. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, okay, y'all was taking all that money out of my check. While I was raising these kids, y'all taking 10% of my income. I ain't fight or argue with y'all. I could have sat back. I could have just collected welfare, got Section 8, got $1,000 in food stamp. I had 4 kids. You already know they'd be throwing it off to you. So I could have did all that. And I did not do that. And I still chose to go to work. They ain't care. They still took my money. They said, okay, give us, we don't care about them little kids. Make it work, figure it out. So we're going to take 10% of your paycheck until this is paid off, ma'am. Deal with it. Go work overtime if you got to. Get a second job. Oh, really? Okay. So I went through that for 6 whole years straight. So that got paid off, and I finally started getting my full paycheck back. Even though I had got used to and I got adjusted to living in a way of, them taking that money, no matter if I did overtime or whatever, it wasn't a fixed amount that they was taking. They was taking 10% of whatever I made. So that was happening for all them years straight. I finally got free from that. Finally started getting my full paycheck. I felt like, whoa, I couldn't believe it. And then now, okay, so should I go back to school now? So y'all could I'm taking out more loans, more of this, so then y'all could do that shit to me again? I don't think so. I don't think I want to get back into that realm of that negative bullshit that y'all had going on with me. Like, I don't know about that. That ain't sitting right with me. Like, y'all already got me once, and y'all was taking my money. Y'all did not care. I wrote y'all a letter and everything about the fact that I had these kids. I don't have any help. And they didn't care, because even when you're applying for stuff, they don't care that you're getting your income seized by the government. No matter what. I tried to get food stamps. They wouldn't let me get no food stamp. Only thing they said that they could give me is $20 a month if I would have got food stamps. $20 in food stamps? And if I get $20 in food stamps, that means I have to come down here every 6 months and recertify. Sit down here with these people while I'm sitting here for hours and hours to come sit in front of this person for $20. You can keep that. Ma'am, I'll go do overtime and I'll get that $20. I don't care if it's only $40. It's still better than coming sitting in your office for these little stupid $20 on this card. I'm good, ma'am. No, thank you. You can have it. And matter of fact, I don't want your business. I'm never coming back here again. Yep, and that's how I did that. And so I just said, forget it. I don't want your stamps. I don't want none of that. I'm going to just work. I'm going to take care of my kids on my own. I don't need this shit. I'm not doing it. That, Section 8, same thing. Because Section 8 wouldn't help me either. I was on the assistance program. They only would pay $100 of my rent. $100. I don't get food stamps. I forget how much I was making, how much my paychecks I was bringing in. I had 4 kids. They getting older every single year. Y'all won't give me no help. The dads ain't paying. I don't know where y'all think this is coming from, or where y'all and this income and all this from. But okay, I guess so. And the cost of living is going up every single year, ma'am. So you're trying to tell me that I make more than enough money, and I can't qualify for any assistance programs. So, okay, I guess so. So the whole thing to me, what I got overall was that the system is made to set up to make you fail regardless. So you might as well just sit back and probably just collect the shit that they gonna give you. Because it doesn't, they don't help you if you're trying to work and do better or do different. They don't help you with that. It's just, oh well, just do it. Just, oh well. We don't care if you don't have enough. Just do it. Pay. Pay your bills. We want our money, or we're going to cut that shit off, or we're going to put you out. It doesn't matter. Get it done. Oh well. The system is made for you to set up. The system is set up for you to fail.
You go and watch your clips?
Not for you to get up. No, I couldn't see the clips.
I'm saying with your phone.
You can't see the clips from here.
Yes, you can.
Oh, they could you? It's at 3 to 3:30, right?
No, it's how you know.
Oh, you seen it?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's supposed to.
Did y'all see the eclipse?
It's supposed to get only see I guess like 94%.
I thought they said it is kind of darker right now. Y'all see the eclipse? Are y'all out there watching the eclipse? Because I was going to go out there and look at it, but they said you couldn't see it from here. So I said, forget it. I wasn't going to try to. But, yeah. What?
No, I said 90%.
Oh, he said you could see the eclipse. Let me go outside and show y'all out here and see if I can see something. Which...
Right now it's shining. Just don't look at it with your eye.
He said you could see the eclipse. It is kind of dark right here.